Start here, folks. Apologies, we ended up, the other team finished early, and your Jackrabbits broadcasting team sprung into action, but we didn't spring fast enough. So you'll see Teddy on the mound, Eastside behind the plate, Jabril at first, Ricardo back, he's at second, Jorge at short, and Gianni at third, as we've already seen. Teddy's still struggling with that chest cold. So yesterday had to come out of the game because he was laboring to breathe and had a pain in his side. Let's see if he changes today. That ball's popped off to the right side. Out of play. One ball, one strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Teddy. Same field ump as we had yesterday for some of our games. New behind the batter. And that ball will be hit to short. Jorge picks it up. And good heads up base running by the Gunners. Put their first run across the plate. So an RBI fielder's choice from the last Gunners batter to score their first run of the game. And I got to put this on the team reach now. Yeah, as they should. I think this is a rematch. The last time the Jackrabbits played, it was exactly this same Glenwood Gunners. And that ball is popped into center. Jack will get not to it in time. That one's well shot into the gap. And I didn't get a chance to go through the outfielders because I'm trying to So Teddy being well hit here. All 3 batters have put the bat on the ball. 1 run across, 1 down, and a runner on second. In steps the next Gunners batter. Teddy will step off. Nice curveball, and my pocket radar is definitely broken because that came in at 99 according to the pocket radar, so we're gonna have to fix that. As I mentioned, don't adjust your stream. This is the last team that the Jackrabbits played. They had a walk-off swing and a miss, strike 2. Had a walk-off yesterday on against the Gunners. Gunners hung around and dispatched of their second opponent, and so as such they end up as the 3rd seed. We were the 2 seed. And that ball's popped straight up to shortstop. Jorge's underneath it. And will they have a play at second? The ball gets past Teddy with a good backup. So one out on the pop-up, but the runner does get back safely. So 2 down and a runner on second. Kind of a strange setup. There are only 5 teams in this Rocky Mountain Showdown tournament. The 4 and 5 seeds played at 8 a.m. and then the 1 seed had to play the winner of that 4-5 game at 10. So they have already played today. Then we play, and this is the other semifinal. Teddy with a nice pitch there. Let's see, why won't my gun work? Man, once it took that fall yesterday, it might be gone. And strike 2. And so Teddy's now got 2 strikes to number 1 here, with a runner still out at second. And a pop-up back. Eastside is not able to grab it. We do have a few more teammates today because Ricardo and Gianni are both back. So that means in the outfield we've got Chris in left, Jack in center, as we've already mentioned. And is that Isaiah in right, I think? He's way over to the right. Teddy now with the next pitch. Runner's going, ball's in the dirt and gets away from Eastside. That 52-mile-an-hour curveball in the dirt did him no good. So Teddy nibbling around the edges here a little bit. Doesn't want to give up a big hit. And he pops that one in high. Prior to this game, Teddy did lead the team in innings pitched, 48.2, in a total of 20 appearances. Strike three, beautiful curve from Teddy, a 51 on the inside corner, froze number one, and that's it. One across for the Gunners. The Gunners scored one in the first yesterday, so this is looking to be very much a repeat. With more, well, I won't say a repeat. Let me just say a close facsimile to the first half of the first inning yesterday. We will see Chris, Jorge, Teddy, Gianni, Aaron, Ricardo, Javon, and then hopefully more than that. So let me just finish out because I know that Teddy's papa is going to ask. Before this game, Teddy had faced 249 batters and thrown 900 pitches on the season. He given up 53 hits, which totaled into 59 runs, 35 of those runs earned, 34 base on balls, and 57 strikeouts. His ERA is 5.034, so not Hall of Fame numbers, but his whip, that's walks and innings pitched, is 1.788, and he has left 44 folks on base like he did here today, and I think that's probably, his batting average against the opponents are hitting 256. So Teddy pitching well. I'm going to do my best to make sure we get a bunch more stats in today, especially because my radar gun seems to be broken. Of course, this is Keith and Mike, part of your Jackrabbits broadcasting team. I'm Mike on the mic, Teddy's dad. Keith proudly represents Kieran. Keith handles the scoreboard, all of the hardware, the tech, the charging in the batteries, everything, and I just talk. So between the two of us, we're a good team. Sad news, Kieran turned 14 yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. So Kieran is going to be a rising freshman, and as such is going to end up on his high school baseball team and likely not return to the Jackrabbits because hopefully he'll be playing for his high school. As such, I'm going to need another broadcasting partner, so let me go throw that out there if there's anybody, parent or grown-up attached to a Jackrabbit that wants to help me next year. Love that. But more importantly, we're going to hopefully see Kieran on the diamond at the prep level and cheering him on at his future spots. But that's not for a while. We have, I think, 30 or 40 more games ahead of us, so you're going to be stuck with me for a while and Keith for a while. But of course, time marches on, and we're happy to see these boys continue to play their baseball at a higher level. All right, that looks to be, I forgot my bungee cords is going to be an issue. Oops, I'm wrong. I thought that was going to be a balls in coming down. All right. See, does Chuck or Brandon, does Brandon have anybody? Anybody got extra bungee cords? I forgot mine. No? Okay. It's going to be a sale. And it is really hard to see the numbers on the back. There's just a faint outline in red. This is number 17. We saw 17 yesterday. He was throwing 68 to 71 mile an hour fastballs and 53 mile an hour curves and totally flummoxing our team. So, and I expect, given that this is a semifinal, winner stays in their dugout, loser goes home. Glenwood's not interested in having a long ride home after just their first game. So my guess is they will ride number 17 as long as they can. There is, of course, an inning count limit, but you're a good man, Charlie Brown. Of course, Keith to the rescue, going to find the cords. Anyway, my guess is that he's got plenty of time left on his arm, given that he only pitched for 2 innings yesterday and for us. Yeah, I'm trying to get the gun to work, but it's been showing crazy things like 26 mile an hour fastballs and 99 mile an hour curveballs. So he's thrown 70 yesterday. So, but more importantly, he throws a nice curve. That's a strike one. It's like 53. So, but my guess is that they'll use most of his innings for this game. So you guys that play ball, you're the finals. So you'll probably, if you see him, it won't be for very many innings, I would suggest. And a strike at the knees. Chris now in the hole easily with 2 strikes. And 17 doing a little gardening. As we've mentioned many times, these fields get all chewed up over the course of a day. That ball is curving away. I think it's officially broken. It's not picking up anything. Ah, that stinks. This thing's like a $300 piece of machinery. Ooh, Chris takes inside. Ball 2. I picked up the return throw. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it down there between innings and see if I can see with my eyes. So 2-2 now. See if we see a fastball here. We do, but it's low and away. Oh, sorry, 3-2. My bad. Chris.
That first one was a ball.
Oh, was that first one a ball? So a walk. And Chris will take first. Oh, please. Please, please, please. Yeah, if you stay on that row, you're fully down. And Chris getting back, yesterday we had the dueling pickoffs. Teddy picked off somebody from the Gunners, and then the Gunners came back and immediately picked off Jose. So we are once bitten, twice shy, I think, as a team. Chris had a tiny lead there. He's only got a step lead. The catcher loves to throw. We know that from yesterday. That's a strike. All right, so he's doing the arm up for a strike, not the hand out, I guess. And so here comes the next pitch. Jorge swings the pitch in his eyes. So a lot of fun here at the ballpark today. Jack, there is a unicorn festival bringing out every 7 to 12-year-old girl and their families to spend $25 at the bouncy house and to get face painted and a throw over, and he's going to be safe. But it has eaten up all the parking, so most of us had to park far away. And on 3 pitches, we have Jorge striking out, so Teddy will step in now.
Do you know what the pitch limit is?
I think 7 innings.
How many innings has he got?
I think he had 2 yesterday, so he could go 5 with us. I think.
Unless
he pitched in the second game, but my guess is he didn't pitch in the second game. So Teddy with a swing and a miss. Teddy was pulling his head there. So 4 straight strikes from the pitcher after issuing a free pass to Chris. He's back in the zone, and Teddy will take a strike 2. So that was a weird, he came set funny. I don't know if that was a new pitch he was throwing or if he was just trying to make sure Chris didn't steal on him. And now he's more upright. He throws that ball low for ball 1. So in addition to having no parking, and I had to park far, far, far away, I also stepped in gum here in the park, and personally think gum should be outlawed. Nice slap tag by the first baseman, but Chris is back because doesn't have much of a lead. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to work the gum off my shoe between innings here. That ball is high, and Chris will be out. Nice throw by the catcher to get Chris. Chris, if you don't get the lead, you can't steal on the pitcher. You're going to have a hard time stealing on this catcher. So good throw by 13 there. Excellent tag by the shortstop. I think that was to put the tag down. So Teddy with a full count. No, not a full count. 2-2. I didn't see what he said there.
I think it's 2-2.
Oh, Teddy will step off. The throw down to Chris to get Chris was a ball. So.
Okay, so 2-2.
Yeah. So Teddy now with nobody on and 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. What was clearly a 70-mile-an-hour plus pitch. So excellent pitching by number, I think, 17. And the Jackrabbits don't threaten, and they will put their gloves on and go back out for the top of the second. I'll be back in just a second. I'm going to try one more thing on the radar gun. And balls in, coming down is the call. And the throw perfect from Isai. Hopefully we see more of those. So we go to the top of the second, and the Gunners number 2 will step in. With a 1-0 lead now, the Gunners will bring, I think, 5, 6, 7 to the number in their order to the plate. And there's a ground ball over to the second baseman. He throws over for a simple out. So Ricardo back in the saddle with an assist. And the Jackrabbits third round. Defensively, you've got Teddy, and then you've got Isai. You've got Jabrell again on first. We wish Joe the best in getting better. We got him on the injured reserve list right now. And we got Ricardo at second, Jorge at short, and Gianni still at third. In left, I think that's still Chris. I think it's still Jack, and I think we still have Isaiah in right. Generally, coach only goes 10 players on Sundays. So there's a foul ball. That ball took a funny hop. I think Gianni had him if he comes down with it, but it takes a hop, goes foul before third base. Key thing there. If it had gone into foul territory after crossing fair at third, it would have been a fair ball. But as such, it is a foul ball. Number 13 will get back in the box here for the Gunners. So the Gunners just coming out swinging. I think they felt like they didn't play their game yesterday with the loss, and they are thriving. Still a 52-mile-an-hour curveball. Teddy's curveball is absolutely breaking today. It's beautiful. I hope his lungs will hold up for him today. He was, like I said, sort of short of breath. He's had this chest infection for over a week now. Swing and a miss, and they call him out. There it is, strike 3, 2 down for the Jackrabbits. Good pitch from Teddy. That looked like 59 on the outside corner. Number 20 will step in. So I got the gun working. I just had to put it way closer, which now is testing my bifocals. So we'll see how this goes. So Teddy will be on the rubber, coming from the stretch against number 20, even though nobody's on. First pitch is high, 60. Teddy struggles against batters that are a little bit shorter. He just mentally has a hard time adjusting to their zone. So number 20 here has probably an advantage, but doesn't know it. Whoa, and there we go. We're gonna look at the sky, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go fix the camera. I got it. Even though we have a zip tie on that camera, I guess it kept it from falling off the screen. We ran into a little bit of trouble there getting this right shot. So Teddy now comes set. And he's going to pop that ball at 61, but high to number 20. And we've got next pitch, hit straight back. So 20 is definitely weighed in on Teddy's fastball. So if Teddy's still feeling that curve, you'd want to break that off here with a 2-ball, 2-strike count, because the batter's got to be swinging, but he's already timed up on the fastball. So I hope Teddy thinks about throwing the curve here. And he doesn't. He puts that ball 61 above the head of number 20. So with a full count, I told you Teddy doesn't like throwing to kids on the smaller side. For some reason, he just gets in his head that he can't throw them strikes. Let's see, he does with a full count here. And that ball's hit out to right field. And Isaiah is underneath it and grabs it for the third out of the inning. So good grab by Isaiah out there. I sure hope, oh no, that's Javon. That is Javon, I know that, with the Pit Viper glasses. So Javon is the man who gets the third out of the inning. So a tightly played game. Here, after an inning and a half, we have a 1-0 lead for the Gunners, and we should see Gianni, Aaron, Ricardo, and then hopefully Javon, Isai, Jabrell, and Jack. So apologies to the families that I just mixed up their kid. Like I said, we're challenging my bifocals, and when they're that far away, it's tough for me to see. All right, I want to just throw out a couple of things. So first off, I was reading the Post, and just the Gatorade Colorado Player of the Year is a kid by the name of Trey Gregory. He's a senior out of Coronado High School down in the Springs. And this young man is 6'5". He plays first base and is also a right-handed pitcher. He finished the year with a .492 batting average. He also struck out 94 of his prep high school opponents over 45 and 2/3 innings. So yes, he struck out 2 kids every inning, basically. Unsurprising, he has a 1.84 ERA, and he's going to UVA in the fall. Congratulations to him, although he is 125th on the best MLB prospect list, so he might be asked to go be professional here. But big props to Mr. Gregory Alford down there in the Springs. I don't know him, I was just reading the story about him, and I just thought how fascinating is our boys are starting most of them the 8th grade, a couple of them the 7th grade, and a couple of freshmen, that they will soon be seeing boys who are 6'5" and can throw. Oh, this kid could throw 100 miles an hour in bullpens. In games, he was only clocked at 93. But in bullpens, he could hit 100. So while we're seeing number 17 here throwing 70, that boy was bringing it even faster. So exciting news for Colorado baseball writ large to see that we've got our Colorado Player of the Year going to play D1 and potentially even drafted. Last year we had a couple of kids drafted out of Colorado into the pros, although I think all of them ended up taking scholarships instead. The addition of NIL, name, image, likeness, at the college level, where you can start getting paid for your college, for your college ball, has really changed the calculus about going pro or not. So that is a story for another date. Gianni back. He just got activated from the IL. Oh, hey, thanks, Mom, for letting me know that ice or oil will take off gum, or peanut butter. So I will do that when I get home. I'm fresh out of ice and oil here at the ballpark. Gianni steps in right off the, like I mentioned, the injured reserve for his first at bat. And that ball will be 68, but in the dirt. So Gianni taking on pitch 1 there. Gianni's batting .397, but his on-base percentage is .576. There's a swing and a miss there. His OPS, though, his on-base plus slugging, is 1.502, which would put him better than any major leaguer. His sluggage percentage is .926. He has 27 hits on the year, and he spreads them out pretty well. That's why he's got such a high slugging percentage. 8 singles, 8 doubles, 5 triples, and 6 home runs, 36 RBIs. He was leading the team in RBIs before he went on the IR, or IL. I guess I got to change the term. Injured list, and he has an even number of balls and strikes, or base on balls and strikeouts at 19. And he's been hit by pitch 12 times, the team lead by far. And strike 3, 69 on the outside corner. Aaron now will step in. So 17 has a no-hitter through our first 4 batters, first 5 batters, 4 batters, right? Yeah. Did give up a walk, so there's no perfect game, but he's got a no-hitter going. Aaron, though, is the one on the team probably to spoil it. He's batting .432 and has an on-base percentage of 5.22. 41 hits on the team, second most behind Jorge. But of those 41, 32 are singles and 8 are doubles with 1 triple. Yesterday, I think he had 3 doubles. He was really hitting the ball well, and they were going down the line, both left field and right field. And that ball will skip in at 59. That was off speed or possibly a curve. And there's a ground ball to the right side, and it gets through, so Aaron will spoil the no-hitter with a shot, as I expected he might. Now Ricardo also back from being away, and we appreciate having him back in the lineup because Ricardo brings a .400 average, but his OPS is 1.262, and as such he's third best on the team, behind Javon and Gianni. Ricardo has 22 hits, 11 of those are singles, 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 homers, one of which went over the fence. That was a 71-mile-an-hour buzz cut to Ricardo for ball 1. Sorry, I realize now you didn't see that buzz cut. Next pitch. And that ball is an excuse me swing from Ricardo for a foul. Couldn't decide, didn't decide, and then boom, foul ball. And I lost the stream there. Sorry about that. Ricardo struck out on a couple of pitches that were outside the zone. Javon in now, swinging at a pitch that is high. Javon batting .431 with third best on the team. Throw over. Javon went on a tear there for a while where he was unstoppable at the plate, which is why his on-base percentage is .618. He does lead the team, I believe, in base on balls. Let me go check. Sorry, Eastside does now. Javon's second. I have slow internet connect. Javon has a flurry of singles. 18 of his 22 hits have been singles. And that ball gets away, and Aaron should be able to get in there.
Guess who parked in the parking lot? This girl.
What? You got a spot in the parking lot?
I did. There were 3 of them.
What?
Yep, it's true.
Aaron appears to have hurt himself sliding into second. There was a deke from the shortstop that caused him to slide, and looks like he slammed his knee or something into the ground. So Javon now steps in with a 1-1 or 2-1 count, excuse me, and the pitcher will come off the stretch. We'll see if there's a play at second. There is not. Swing and a miss at a 69-mile-an-hour fastball right at the letters. So 17 just throwing the ball right past the Jackrabbits today. We have never seen a pitcher throw this hard, this close to the zone. We've seen pitchers throw this hard all season, but they struggled to be near the zone. And that's a foul ball. Well, I gotta. And Isaiah is safe. So Isaiah subbed out for Aaron, much faster on the bases, plus Aaron was looking like he had trouble with his knee. Foul straight back. So Javon's staying alive, staying in there. Yeah, sorry that the picture is terrible and we lost sound for a while. That's just due to the fact that I have low quality. That ball gets into the outfield, but Isaiah's not going to go anywhere. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Javon. A single will score Isaiah because he'll be running on the contact with 2 outs, and he's really fast. Again, sorry about the low quality. Ooh, that pitch is high, 70 miles an hour. Still a full count now. Payoff pitch forthcoming. Isaiah will not be running on the pitch because it's not a force. There's nobody on first. So in the event of a walk, it's not going to force him to third. And that ball's in the dirt. And Javon, by battling off a couple, gets to first.
Maybe he's losing it.
All right, so let me give you some stats here on our next batter, Isai. And he's going to take a strike 72 outside. Isai does lead the team in base on balls. Isai has 28 base on balls, leading the team ahead of Jorge's 24. There's 71, painting the corner again. That was a nice strike for number 17. Sorry, folks, I needed to check in for a flight that I have to take for a more somber family occasion next week, which will keep Teddy out of the game on Friday, but we will be back for the Caba State Tournament next Saturday. We also think we've figured out why we're having such poor quality. We believe the cell towers are overloaded. This is going to sound stupid, but there are thousands of people here for the Unicorn Festival, and the park that we're in is overwhelmed with folks. So I'm sure that the cell towers are overwhelmed as well. There's a strike. Teddy through 62 there. Gunners. So we hope that the Unicorn Festival will die down as the day goes on and our cell traffic won't be as full, but we're going to do our best. We don't have much choice. Next pitch. 58 and outside. And next pitch. That ball is also outside, 59. So the curveball that Teddy had working in the first couple doesn't appear to be working here because neither one of those are dropping. Again, number 7 a little bit on the smaller in stature side, getting in Teddy's head. Small kids live rent-free in Teddy's head. And there's a foul ball straight back. So a 2-2 count now. Teddy needs to make sure that he just throws the ball hard here. And see if that helps. And that ball doesn't break again, so that's 3 consecutive non-curving fastballs. Unlike Teddy's hat, which is a curve bill on his head, well, flat, but off to the side. Isai now calling for this ball middle. And he hits it. Hits the target for strike number 3. And 2 down now. Number 3 will step in for the Gunners. I don't know if we're near the top of the order. I think we're near the top of the order. We were in such a hurry to get started, I'm not sure. But number 3 with his red glove and dirty white pants makes me think he has already been on the base today. And there's a strike. So blue giving a little bit extra width on the outside to right-handed batters, but as long as he's doing it to both teams. Swing and a miss at a 56 mile an hour. I think that was a changeup and a little high. Three saw it as a giant pumpkin floating in there. So Teddy now with no balls and 2 strikes. And a 60 mile an hour high cheese that 3 lays off of. So good job by number 3. Ball still in Teddy's court here with a 1-2 count. Can do as he wishes. And there's a curveball out to left field. Oh, Jorge gets his glove on it, but he knocks it down. And that will be a single. And honestly, that's a single 9 times out of 10 anyway. Jorge just had excellent read on that. So well-earned single by number 3. Number 9 will step in to the box. Jorge a little grumpy with himself, but honestly that would have been an amazingly acrobatic catch to catch that. Jorge puts a lot of pressure on himself to be the best player on the team, so I get it, but he can't be too upset. Runner doesn't go. And there's a curve, 55, comes in high, otherwise the break on it to number 9 was really good. Froze him, but didn't get him. So Ricardo looked like he's inching over to cover the base if the runner goes. He does not. The ball's in the dirt and goes off Isai. He will get second, no problem here. So Jackrabbits, in this tight game, they cannot afford to lose it mentally. I'm not sure what's happening with Jorge. There's a lot of folks barking at Jorge to get his head in the game. Teddy's got to also get his head in the game here. And a runner goes. And that ball is hit out to right field and foul down the right field line. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. So we knew this was going to be a tight game. And this is one of those moments where the Jackrabbits have to assert.
Get him. Got him.
Oh, he dropped the ball. We had him. It was a great throw from Isai, but Gianni dropped the ball. Bummer. And we're going to get a timeout here. The batter just needs to walk that, or the runner needs to walk that off a little bit. (3-1). All right, Teddy puts his foot on the rubber. He comes set. There's a strike. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. This is the payoff pitch right here. So that outside pitch, our outside corner is for the taking. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Teddy strands the runner at third, doing what he needs to do. Jackrabbits will put the helmets on and come in at the bottom of the third with a down 1. They run over to the third base dugout, and we got in the first base dugout. It's where the Gunners are coming from. One of those teams will stay and play in the final after this semifinal, and one will pack up and go home. So stay and you play, lose and you go home. They are the Play Ball Chargers await the winner. Now you should stay tuned for both the 12 and the 2 o'clock game today. Oh, let me tell you who's up. Sorry, Keith's waiting patiently. Jabrell and Jack, and then we'll flip the lineup over to see Chris, Jorge, Teddy, Gianni, and Aaron. So let's see if we can get a few more. It looks like 17's coming back to the mound. As I suspected, 17, this is his game. We saw a couple of pitchers yesterday, and 17 was the most in command of the strike zone. So I think he's also has the strongest command of his pitches as well. So I suspect he will be the guy today. But as we await the Gunners to do their warm-ups, you should stay here for the 12 o'clock game. You should stay here for the 2 o'clock game. The Jackrabbits make it to the finals. But if you need to turn over, there are some phenomenal NCAA super regional games today. Florida State, UVA, and North Carolina have already punched their tickets to go to Omaha in the College World Series next weekend. But Georgia will be playing NC State, and NC State just crushed Georgia yesterday. So NC State win and they're in. If not, they'll have to play, I think, tomorrow. Clemson will play Florida. Florida, who was unranked, they play in a very tough SEC, but they were unranked, has gotten themselves up 1-0 on Clemson, who I think was a top 6 or top 7 seed in the nation. Here's the game you want to pay attention to. It'll be on ESPN, I imagine, or ESPN2. If not, again, you can pick all these up on ESPN Plus. Evansville, the University of Evansville, is playing Tennessee at 4 p.m. Mountain Time today. It is a 1-1 series. Winner goes to Omaha, loser goes home. As was mentioned, by one of the announcers in the game I was listening to yesterday, Evansville is playing with house money. No one expects Evansville to win. And yesterday they defeated Tennessee 10-8. So that is the game to watch today if you're going to tune into any college baseball. You can also pick up Texas A&M and Oregon. Texas A&M defeated Oregon yesterday, and Kentucky will be playing Oregon State. Oregon State lost that one to Kentucky. So it's a bad day for the state of Oregon. As a former Washington State resident, I couldn't happen to a nicer state in my mind. But there you go. You're going to want to tune into those games. They should be available on ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN Plus. Again, ESPN Plus available if you have the Disney package that gets you Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. So tune into those games. They are great fun. They are like Jackrabbits baseball, only with bigger, stronger men, but plenty of errors and mistakes as well. So lots of fun. Very different than the pros, which, they're just so few pros. It's a different game. And we've had a lot of warm-up throws here from 17, and I think he's calling for balls in. So Jack will lead off with Jabrell in the on-deck circle. Oh, sorry, Jabrell will lead off. Jack in the on-deck circle. Why do they list him like that? That's weird. Or the next guy.
Yeah, they've always done that.
Okay.
It screwed me up a couple times with him.
All right, so Jabrell in. Jabrell feasts on fastballs down the middle. So let's see what number 17 gives him. Swing and a miss. And a 67-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle. So Jabrell's got to swing faster than that if he's going to get around on it. If he does, though, the ball is going to fly deep into left center field. And beautiful changeup on a 56. Maybe ready and for 17. So, boys got to know. They got to go back to the dugout and say, hey, there's a pitch outside. You got to poke it. So our sole lefty steps in. Jack looking for a pitch to hit here. And that comes out of his hand a little funny. And going to be ball one. Jack very upright today, not really bent at the knees at all. He's going to take that 69-mile-an-hour fastball outside again for ball two. Jack with a foul ball off to the side.
Come on, Jack.
Don't know if that helped him or hurt him there. And 17 from the windup here. Swing and a miss, a 66-mile-an-hour pitch. So I took a little off that one to get it right there in the zone. Still popped the glove. Plenty of heat there. And the next pitch. Outside. So 3-1. Jack's got to be waiting for the perfect pitch here. He's going to want to swing, but I'm going to want to tell him to take. And we get a shake off, and now we get the yes. We'll see what he wanted to throw. And he asked for the fastball, but he couldn't locate it, so Jack will take first base. So Chris will step in now. Top of the order. Jack with a decent sized lead over there. He's got to be smart. Not going. Oh! And that's the third pitch we've seen kind of go way over there from the pitcher. Chris is able to get out of the way for ball one. I don't think so, because then they would have sent Chris back. I think it went off the catcher's glove. This catcher is very good. His arms go everywhere. That ball is high, 70 miles an hour. So 17 still bringing as much heat here in the third inning as he did in the first. What?
What age group is
These are 13U. So most of the kids 13. A couple of them have turned 14 this summer, and a couple of them are 12. Oh, 71 right down the middle. Chris taking all the way. So we need a single here. We need a single to tie. There's a strike again. Chris does not like those outside pitches, but he's got to go figure out how to go get them, because 17 can go get him. 17 can hit that spot all day long. So Chris has got to learn to poke it. Aaron's the only one that's really gotten a hit today, and he did it by poking a ball to the right side. And that ball is inside. So good pitch location by 17 there. He went outside twice, then he brought it inside, but he missed. So Chris was dodging that rather than being tempted to swing. And a payoff pitch to Chris here is in the dirt, so Chris will walk. And Jack will take third. This catcher has made 0 mistakes all day. That might have been a little bit of a mental lapse there. It got in the dirt and he kind of didn't retrieve it very quickly, and Jack, being super aggressive, took the base. So 1 down. Chris has to be smart here, because there's going to be a pickoff play, I promise you, at first. Or a back pick maybe. That ball is inside. In the event of a back pick down to first, watch for Jack to run. Jack, very aggressive on the base paths. And with us down 1, we have to score 1. So Jorge pops that off to the side. Foul. Actually goes off what I think is a concession stand down there. The roof. So the first time all day the Jackrabbits have been challenging the Gunners here. Pitcher checking both runners. And there's a ground ball to the right, underneath the first baseman's glove, and that will score Jack, and that will move Chris over to first. So Teddy will step in now, and that ties the game. I was a little nervous we were going to get that tie and run. It is a brand new ball game. Teddy with a chance to help himself as the starting pitcher here. To go put some runners in scoring position here, or a runner in scoring position. Yesterday, the second time through the order, the Jackrabbits were able to get to number 17, and I think tag him for 4 runs. Oh, Teddy swinging and misses a 71 mile an hour fastball. His head pulled. Had he connected, that ball may have been gone a long, long way. Just a reminder for folks, it's 320 to dead center and 305 down the lines. And also it looks like they've got 10-foot fences. And that ball's in the dirt. Great stop by the catcher. Oh, what a stop by the catcher.
Way to stop it, Ryder. Way to stop it.
Then a 1-1 count now. So 17 has gone away from his curveball and is strictly going to fastballs here. Teddy with the ground ball to third, over the third baseman's head, and they're going to send Chris home, and he will get down safely. An RBI single for Teddy on what is probably the hardest hit ground ball he's ever hit directly into the ground. A giant hit there for Teddy to help his own cause and to put the winning run across the plate. Keith giving Teddy's dad a big high five here, or fist bump in celebration. And Gianni's in now. So Gianni, who absolutely feasts on fastballs, will be waiting on that fastball coming in. Teddy with a big lead at first, and we're going to look for the back pick. And that ball, oops, sorry. I assumed it was going to first. So hopefully Teddy's paying attention out there. At second base, Jorge is itching to move to third, but he's wise. He got picked off yesterday, and he's not going to get picked off again. Oh, Gianni way behind. Throw down to first, gets into the outfield, and that will send Teddy to second and Jorge to third. So that gets rid of the force play for the Gunners now and puts 2 runners in scoring position. All dependent upon Gianni hitting the ball here. I believe it's 1-1. And the pitcher coming set. Gianni way behind on a 73 mile an hour fastball. I don't blame him. I'd be way behind on a 73 mile an hour fastball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Gianni. And that ball gets away. Another great stop by the catcher. And how fast this pitcher throws. If it gets past the catcher, it bounces around a long way. And for sure, we're going to see Jorge try to score. Oh, Gianni takes it in the ribs, because of course Gianni takes it in the ribs, because of course he does. And that will get the bases loaded for Aaron, who prior to this inning was the only one with a hit. And we have a hit batman. And Aaron will re-enter for Isaiah back to his spot. I really wanted to see Gianni hit the ball there, but I will certainly take a bases loaded situation. Now it does set up a force at any base, and that's what I think coach is reminding everybody, that there is a force at any base. We have a heck of a ball game out here, folks. These Gunners, they play well. They are taking it, the Jackrabbits to a new limit. Now the Jackrabbits, we did move up from 13U silver to 13U gold, and so this is we got one down, bases loaded, and Aaron up. The corners are in, middle infielders at double play depth, so if it hits the corners, it's going to be a play at the plate. That ball pops in, just a phenomenal stop by the catcher there. I think he took that off the chest and the face. So the toughest kid on the field right now, I'd put him up against Isai any day, but just taking 71 mile an hour pitches off the face. I mean, I don't know how many of you out there want to do that, but I certainly don't. Aaron on it, just a little under it. 70 mile an hour fastball. So much like Teddy had to bear down and get some outs last inning to stop the momentum swing towards the Gunners, 17 here has to do the same for his team. Of course, Aaron wants to make sure none of the sort happens, and he wants to poke this ball into the outfield. Beautiful curve, 59. We've seen 17 go away from that, and I'm surprised by it because it's been very effective. It scares our guys, and it's a strike regardless.
This right here is phenomenal.
You are.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love everything about it.
I appreciate you reveling in my midlife crisis. We get some love from the Bears, who appreciate what we're doing. And Aaron with a foul ball off to the right side. He did make contact just a little behind. So now we've got 1 ball, 2 strikes. And every heart is beating a mile a minute, both in the stands and on the field. So who can lower the temperature a little bit here? Aaron hits that ball right towards second. It's going to be a play at first, and they're going to get him. But Gianni, and there'll be and Teddy in safely. So we're going to need a timeout here, I think, because Teddy landed on a baseball bat. I am not sure exactly what happened. We had a force at first. Gianni kept running. Gianni forced Teddy off of third. The play at third, I guess they didn't get him. And then Teddy came home because he was forced to by his teammate. That was flat out ugly baseball by the Jackrabbits. But Aaron's fielder's choice out brought in 2. And now 17 from the windup to Ricardo, who really wants to hit that fastball. Ricardo has a couple of home runs over the fence this year. And so he wants that 70 mile an hour fastball. I do think if 17 were to throw a curveball here, if he makes it break like he normally does, Ricardo will be all kinds of lost. And he does, and he is. That was beautiful. Excellent execution by 17 there on Ricardo at a 58 mile an hour curveball for strike 2. On deck is Javon, looks like. And here comes the fastball. And it's low. Another great stop by the catcher. The catcher has probably saved 3 to 4 runs with his athletic skill back there to get a glove on literally everything. Oh, that's a curveball on the inside corner for ball 3. Ball 2. Ricardo was frozen. He wasn't going to swing at that, but man, I would just throw that every pitch. Our boys have no idea what to do with it. And that ball is also another curveball, but high. So now we got a full count with 2 outs with a runner on third. Gianni will not be running except on contact, although that should have been the case last time, and ultimately he ran anyway. Ball 4, and Ricardo will take first. So Javon steps in with runners on the corners. Ricardo, average speed, would you say? Probably average speed. And can I borrow this? And so I suspect we'll only be going on something like a pass ball or a wild throw or something. Wow, again, cat-like reflexes, 23, that catcher, just so good to get a glove on. Not only get a glove on it, to get it in the webbing. Isai will be in the on-deck circle. Javon now probably a little nervous because that ball came in fast and behind him. That's a nice 72 mile an hour pitch, painting the stripe on the outside corner for strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Man. Strike 2, just blew it right past him. Sarah, I wish you were here. Teddy is all kinds of messed up from that slide. He's rubbing elbows, rubbing hands, rubbing everything, and he's got to get out there and pitch. So he's just got to tough it up. He's got to be a 12 and almost 13-year-old. Rub some dirt on it and move. In the meantime, Javon takes ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runners at first and third. And that ball is high. And a full count. So now Ricardo will be running, but Gianni should not be on this important payoff pitch here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that is strike on the inside corner. Tough call. But the Jackrabbits do put 4 across in that inning. And as such, it is 4-1 as we go to the top of the 4th. We started almost an hour and 10 minutes ago, I think. And so we've got plenty of baseball ahead of us. I'm doing dad duty right now. I'm just going to go check in on coaches about Teddy. So Teddy, unlike yesterday where he sort of asked to get pulled out, told coaches that from a stamina perspective he is good to go, and he is pretty banged up from sliding. If you were with us yesterday, you'll remember we were actually pulling huge chunks of rock out of the right-handed batter's box. Apparently it's got like to Javon that ended up not as a strike there. Next pitch. Fastball, 61 on the outside corner. So Teddy's still bringing all kinds of heat. Not sure what he's done lately to change his delivery, but usually he would throw in the 57s to 60, and his fastball has been repeatedly over 60, as high as 62 today. And there's a foul ball, straight back. Oh, I just moved my camera a little bit. I think your camera might have moved, just FYI, whoever your AV person is. And the next pitch. It's popped out to the right side, foul. You can't be throwing the ball around when you're throwing it. No one throws it into left field. So Jorge retrieves it, throws it back to Teddy. 1 down, number 17. Oh, the pitcher will step in. So, pitcher v. pitcher here, mano a mano. Teddy will get the sign and the pitch. Beautiful curve, 51. So Teddy's curve also working, much like 17's curve is. And if he can do that all day, he will be in a good spot to keep the gunners off their sitting on a fastball. That was 59. I think that was supposed to be high cheese. That was like at best high Velveeta. It really wasn't proper cheese. I mean, Velveeta's kind of cheese, but it's not really. And he ducks out of the way of the curve again. That one was high though, 54 miles an hour. And the wind picking up, because why not? And we've got a 2-1 count, so Teddy's gonna have to come fastball. And the ball's hit straight up, out of play. And we're gonna have to get that retrieved by Javon's Uncle Mike is gonna go get it. So shout out to Javon's Uncle Mike, who gets Jackrabbit Adult of the Half Inning Award. Yay, Uncle Mike. So Teddy now with a 2-2 count can come back with that curve if he feels like he's got it, because 17 keeps ducking out of the way. And instead he gives that ball right to the left fielder who's underneath it. That is Chris for the second out of the inning. Good job by Chris to read that. The sun is kind of off to our south, of course, so he was looking in the direction of the sun. I don't think directly into the sun, but the direction of the sun. And number 1 will step in. Teddy set. And the pitch is a ground ball right up the middle. And the throw to first. And that's it. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Jackrabbits. Flash and leather. And that will bring up, who we got? We got towards the bottom of the order here, we got Esai, Jabrell, and Jack, who are the gentlemen who got us started on our rally last inning. And then we'll see Chris, Jorge, and Teddy, of course. I also see Kieran putting the battle armaments on, so we may have a Kieran coming in at least defensively for Esai in the next inning. I'm going to go find out the exact time on the game, but I think we still have like 30 minutes left of this game, folks. So this game's popping along because the Gunners know how to play. We're playing well. This is fun baseball. I also need to find Mark.
Look how defeated they are walking.
All right, I got from Chuck over on Game Changer that we started at 11:56 game time, so plenty of baseball left. That means, just real quick, that we would not start a we would not start an inning after 12:41 Mountain Time. So, or sorry, yeah, sorry, one. Yeah, no, you're right, but not 12:45. 1:41. We will not start another game after, or start another inning after 1:41. That was a mouthful. Let me try that again. At an 11:56 start time, we will not start another inning after 1:41 p.m. Mountain. But it's only at 1:15, so we got 30 minutes of baseball left, which is exciting because this is fun baseball. And the first pitch to Isai. So Isai, given professional courtesy almost to his fellow catcher, he saw the catcher took that ball off the top of the helmet there and walked down to go talk to Coach Hunter for no reason other than to let the catcher get a little bit of a breath there. So, yeah, so the two toughest kids on the field right now, I'd argue, are right there next to home plate. And 66 inside. All right, Nisai now will see the next pitch. Inside as well for a 3-1 count to Isai. So Isai's got to be pretty much getting only the pitch he wants here. And I'm starting to lose, the wind's coming up and I'm starting to lose cameras, because of course. So I don't have a first base camera right now, so I apologize. Hopefully Isai can hit a double and I can just use my second base camera. Ooh, foul ball, straight back. Damn it. I mean, darn it. It bumped the camera, so now I'm looking at too much of the sky. I'll go down after this next pitch. I don't.
You need to put it on that bottom foot and stick it straight up so you can tie it on.
Yeah, it just moves just a little bit every time it hits that thing. Ooh, and he'll take ball 4 inside. So I don't have a first base camera, but you'll have to just trust me. I'm not sure why the first base camera just decided to die on me. And we're going to have a defensive substitute, or not a defensive substitution. I mean, it will end up being a defensive substitution, but the Eastside drawing a walk gets Kieran now as the runner. So that's an upgrade on the speed at first, but also Kieran will have a chance to catch, excuse me. So, again, trust me, Kieran's at first. And there's a throw over.
Ball, ball, ball. Ball, ball, ball.
And the pitcher fell over on that one. A little slow to get up there. I don't know. I hope he's okay. I don't think he hurt himself. He does. He looks okay. He looks okay. Kieran was safe because Kieran had a 1-stride lead because we've all learned not to run on the gunners. Swing and a miss by Jabril for strike 1. And that was a beautiful 68-mile-an-hour pitch on the outside corner. Jabril learning, you got to go get that pitch. Now, what Jabril has to know is you got to go poke that pitch into right field. You cannot try to pull it. If you were to pull it, it would be the worst possible option. It would be a ground ball to short, and we'd end up with a double play. So, he's got to go.
Go, Kieran, go.
And Kieran will get in safely.
There you go. All right, trade places with him, Jabril.
And now Jabril with a 1-1 count and a runner in scoring position. So, the advantage of that now is that double play is out of, traditional double play is off the table. And that ball gets away again, and Kieran will speed down to third. And it moved my camera once more. 17 throws so hard he moves the fence every time he hits the fence. Swing and a miss. A ball in the dirt by Jabril for a full count. I apologize. Coach Hunter saying I like it. So maybe I misread where that ball ended up. And after this pitch, I will go down and fix the camera once again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 down. Jabril on the strikeout. And in comes Jack. I believe Jack drew a walk last time because there were a lot of outside pitches to him. Let's see if that'll work. He throws too hard. He moves the whole fence when he hits the fence. And then first pitch to Jack, forthcoming. Jack hits that ball straight up, right here. Out of play. Oh, Uncle Mike, not content to be the Jackrabbits grown-up of the last half inning, goes and retrieves that one this time, although Keith gets extra bonus for running it back to the dugout. And the next pitch. Gives us to a 1-1 count. It's a 1-1 count. I got us caught up. Number 17 doing additional gardening out there. Again, that spot gets pretty empty pretty quick. Oh, and now my camera doesn't show third, so I'll need to do that. And there's a shot into center field. And Kieran will come around to score with Jack on the single there. It was a hot shot up the middle. Well placed by Jack for... Here comes Chris now. And we got Jack on first. So Kieran with a really good trip around the bases to put us up 5-1. Jack now with too big of a lead for my comfort over at first. No throw, no run, and a ground ball to the third baseman. And we're going to get no throw to first as it sort of ate up the third baseman there. I was talking to the infielders, and there's a very hard pack, which we've had exposed here at home plate, as you know, or out there kind of by the pitcher's mound. But it's covered in this really thick layer of dust. And so the ball bounces, all kinds of funny. We've seen that happen all weekend. Jackrabbits now with runners on first and second. And Jorge steps in, Teddy in the on-deck circle. And that would put, Gianni in the hole. So big chance here for Jorge. He takes that curveball, 56, right over the heart of the plate. He was sitting fastball and was not ready for that one at all. You can probably hear chants of Jorge, Jorge going on as we have big hole on the left side for Jorge if he can put the ball in play. And it's a foul ball, spins off to the right side. So now 2 strikes. Jorge a bit in a bind here. 17 fully in control of this at bat here. Let's see if he comes back with some speed on the outside corner, or does he come back with a curve? I'd be looking fastball outside. And Jorge was as well, and he punched that off to the right side, not doing any damage one way or the other. Coach Gooch with his second missed play down at first. Parents riding him pretty hard, asking Coach why he's not getting down on that. But as they say, those who can do, those who can't teach. Coach Gooch fully in the teaching camp. I'm messing with you. Coach Gooch is a great addition to the Jackrabbits team this year. And that ball is low and away. 70 miles an hour, so 17 still not lacking stamina by any means. He is still bringing the heat. We're in the 4th, yeah. And a long time there to get the sign. Jorge steps out because he was a little bit frozen. There's just this moment when you as a batter know that you're no longer fully on top of your senses and you're gradually declining, so you got to call time and reset. I'm sure there's a... Wow, great. That catcher is just so fleet of foot, and it looks like you get dust in his eyes? Looks like he got some dust in his eyes here. He needs some water. Anyway, I'm sure there's a neurological reason why you can only kind of stay queued up for 3, 4, 5 seconds, a flight or fright response, if you will. But it's definitely very real, and it's one of the things that when Jack is on the mound, we see Jack do. Jack messes with batters by messing with their timing. And that ball is hit right up to second base. and we'll have a touch at first or second, and he'll be safe at first. And a play at home, and Jack's in there safely. He should have slid, and a play out at second, and Jorge is out. That will end the inning, so an unconventional double play, but Jackrabbits plate 2 more in this inning, and we'll go to the top of the 5th, and we'll see if Teddy comes back out on the mound. We know we're going to see Kieran behind the plate. There may be some defensive substitutions. We scored 2, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we scored.
We had bases loaded, so the guy scored, right? Or did we only have 1?
So Jack scored.
I thought we... Yeah, I think we scored 2 the inning. Right? Didn't we score 2? So we
Because there was only guys on first and second.
first and second. So we should it should be 6-1.
Ginger has 6-1.
It's 6-1, yeah. We scored 2 that inning, not 2 on that play. Sorry. I don't know what you were at. Nuts. Teddy's back out on the Teddy back out on the mound, throwing as hard as he has all day. The only defensive substitution looks like, I apologize, looks like Isai would be back behind the plate. Jabril at first, Ricardo at second, Jorge turning to short, Gianni at third. In center we'll have Jack, in left we'll have Chris, and in right we'll have Javon. I've lost the first base camera again. Urgh.
Teddy, let's have another good inning right here, kid. Trust your defense. Trust where we at. Make your mind up. You're going to win right now. Let's go.
Still very confused why I've lost my first base camera, but we are back here in the top of the 5th. Teddy on the mound. Strike, 61-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. And Teddy comes set. So Teddy has not pitched from the windup all day. Beautiful 56-mile-an-hour changeup there. That one had no movement on it, just change. So number 2 now with the hype fire on his shoulder. Teddy coming set. And that ball's nicely popped off to the right side to protect on what would have been a strike 3. So good job by number 2. So Teddy's now got to be smart. That was it looked like maybe a changeup inside. So if he's feeling it, he's going to go fastball outside. Coach Hunter barking a lot of comments to Isai. Oh, 50-mile-an-hour pitch outside. So they were trying to go inside-outside on number 2. Just didn't execute on that. So now with a 1-2 count, we're going to have Teddy. Good job by number 2 to stay alive. I don't know how many pitches Teddy's at today. So they do pitching in Caba. They do pitching by innings, not by pitches. But the reality is, a pitcher has number of pitches on an arm, not number of innings on an arm. Foul ball. Number 2 just doing a phenomenal job here, staying alive. Teddy at 59 pitches, so coming up on his 60th pitch here. And I know Coach would like to see him finish out the inning. And there's a ground ball right to Jorge, who takes a funny hop, and he throws to first, and they get him. So good play by Jorge to get him at first for the first out of the inning. Good job by number 2 to put the ball in play, stay alive there. Number 13 will step in. Isai was playing his chest protector like a washboard there. I don't know if he's a part-time musician, part-time catcher there, but I could hear his nails screaming on him. He's probably pretty hot underneath those gear. Here comes the first pitch. 55. I don't know what Teddy's throwing. That one looked like a change, but it also dropped at the end. So it might have had a curve. It just didn't have the red dot on the ball like you would expect to see from a curveball. But what's been happening for Teddy is that all three pitches have been working today. That's the reality. And there's a 55-mile-an-hour curveball inside. And some hot rods out on the street behind us. You can hear them ripping through. And that fastball 59 high. So Teddy's fastball a little slow this inning. But I believe since he threw 2 yesterday and throwing 5 today, that's all he'll get anyway. I think 7 is the weekend requirement. I'll have to go check with Mark on that, but I think that's true. Whew. That inside pitch has been sometimes a strike, sometimes a ball, and Teddy just missed there. Inside, I guess, a little too much for a 3-1 count. So everybody here knows that a fastball middle's coming. Let's see if Teddy can execute. 58 right there, middle. 13 didn't swing at it. Called strike 2. Probably going to see a fastball 58, 59 miles an hour, middle again. And that ball's 2 outside, even for this ump. So now we got a runner on first, and coach is going to come out and talk to Teddy. He has Teddy's water bottle in his hand, and I hope he just drenches him with it. I hope he just shoots him with it, gets him drinking. And he's calling infield in, so this isn't really a Teddy check-in as much as a defensive infield in.
It's burning time.
Brady, that's the hardest one. Now we roll. Let's go, okay? Asher, one down. Be smart, okay?
So coach doing a lot of talking to Teddy. I do think they are doing a status check on Teddy about whether he's got the stamina or not. All right, so yeah, Teddy may be on his last legs there, and checking in on him. As his dad, I'm of two minds. One, I'm like, pull him. The other, if he wants to stay in there and he wants to battle, I want him to learn to do that. So, 1 down, a runner on first, and I missed the number. I had all that time to look, and I didn't even see the number of the gunner who's in. Runner does not go. Number 20 is in for the Gunners. That was ball outside. So Teddy now missed 5 of his last 6 pitches are missed. He's got to throw strikes here. When he can, and he's safe at first. Pulled off the bag at first, but they got the force at second. So good heads-up play by Gianni to throw to first, Gianni to throw to second for the lead out. So that's 2 down, and then they almost had him at first, but Ricardo's relay pulled Jabrell off the bag. I also don't know if they get him. So you can see now 2 downs. Number 19 will step in, and the runner at first will take a little lead. And the Jackrabbits playing incredible leather here today. We have made every play that we would expect and want to make. And as such, that has really helped our pitcher out, allowing Teddy to go these 4 2/3 innings. Next pitch. Foul straight back. The Gunners are certainly swinging and putting the ball in play, and so, it's just been on our guys to make the plays with the gloves, which they have done so. Yesterday in the game against the Gunners, we did have one inning where the kind of looked like our old Little League self, a lot of defensive miscues and throwing the ball around. This game has been well played by both teams. Really tight, heads-up baseball. And a 2-1 strike. 2 down. Teddy now doing some gardening, which sometimes he uses to clear his mind, sometimes he uses to catch his breath, and sometimes he does it because there's just a need to do so. And that pitch comes in at 60, so a little wild. And I think what we got is Teddy digging down right here to try to get this final out, because I think is probably done. I think he had 45 or something pitches yesterday, 55 pitches yesterday, and he's well north of 60, almost 70 now. And he will walk the runner there. So yeah, that was the 73rd pitch there. So number 7 will step in, their sole lefty, with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. Infield needs to know they can step on any base and get that out. So Ricardo holding the runner on, but then realizing it's a lefty, he's got to move back over. It's going to be Jorge's job. And that ball's popped up. Gianni underneath it. He's yelling, I got it. And he comes down with it for the 3rd out of the inning. So again, good defense by the Jackrabbits to get those outs. And then we will go to the bottom of the 5th, and we will see Teddy, Gianni, Aaron, Ricardo, Javon, Isai, and others as we go here. Coach giving everybody a little pep talk as we get going, and we're seeing the Gunners popping out of the dugout here to get going. As we've got through 4.5 already, we are coming up on time. By my count, 6 minutes left. Is that right? I think. So we'll see how this goes. And Jackrabbits will need to, Jackrabbits just have to make sure that they make wise choices at home. The winner of this game will play immediately following at 2. At 2 p.m. we will have the championship of the Rocky Mountain Showdown 13U Gold. And we will be playing I think it's the Play Ball Chargers. The winner of this game, will be playing the Play Ball Chargers. So, yes, that is true. And that game will start, I think, probably right around the 2 o'clock hour. It depends on if the umps have to change their position, whether they're behind the plate or in the field. And speaking of change, number 2 will be on the mound for the Gunners. Keith giving out Twizzlers here to the Jackrabbits parents like it's going out of style, and it is well appreciated. And Teddy will get in the box here. Call for batter up.
Go, Teddy! Start us off.
And Teddy will take that ball inside, doesn't offer at it. Ball 1. And Teddy now looking at number 2. He's not really one to be a leadoff hitter. Yeah, he's going to see a lot of pitches here. He prefers to have some time in the on-deck circle to think and to get timed up. So he's not. That's why he bats 3rd or 4th in our lineup. He not really a kid to be looking at pitches, for the first time. So Teddy now with a 2-1 count, and it looks like we're got everybody played back on the infield for a hard ground ball. There's strike 2. Teddy now hitting away with 2 strikes, I imagine. He's going to have to swing here. He's seen 4 pitches. He's got to know what's coming. And next pitch. And he hits that ball off to the side and battling. We'll see who steps up to be Jackrabbits grown up with a half inning. It's gonna be Keith, of course. Man of many traits, many talents. And the next pitch, Teddy swings the ball in the dirt, and he's gonna run down to first. And they complete it nicely on the strikeout. So Teddy gets struck out there, as I imagine that's what's gonna happen when you have he's just not a leadoff hitter like we'd expect. And Gianni will step in now. Gianni had one batter to see if he gets that pitch he wants. That's a 55 on the outside corner. Strike on the outside corner, yeah. So Gianni now way up in the box. And the first pitch, or second pitch, excuse me, strike two. And the umpire has declared time has expired, and as that such, that's game. Umpire, crew chief in the field here has the time, and so we're having conversations. So we're gonna let it. And then excellent played game by the Gunners, excellent game by the Jackrabbits. 6-1 Jackrabbits are victorious here, and we will be back in the championship game of the Rocky Mountain Showdown 13U Gold. That was the Gunners took it to us both games. A real pleasure to play them. Wish them the best of luck in the future. Hope to see them again, maybe even next week in the state championship, which will be on Friday and Saturday. So, on behalf of the Jackrabbits Broadcasting, we are going to sign off here. But we'll be back around the 2:00 hour. Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the bell so you know it. Teddy, the winning pitcher today, and did a really great job on the mound. I couldn't be prouder. So on behalf of Keith and myself, Jackrabbits Broadcasting, we'll sign off, but we'll see you back here at 2:00. Thank you, everybody, and vamos liebres.